On average, you can get 1,079 euros back in taxes if you file a tax return in Germany. More than half of those who have submitted a tax return receive between 100 and 1,000 euros. This means that even if you are not obliged to submit a tax return, it is still worth the effort. You can either submit your tax return yourself via the Elster portal, which is completely free, or use one of the many tax software programs that make the whole process easier for you. These tax return softwares cost between 15 and 40 euros, but they can save you a lot of time and increase the chance that you get a little more tax back from the tax office. That is why in this video we take a closer look at these tax return softwares and compare them to find the best tax software for tax return in Germany. Hey friends, my name is Essen. I'm a researcher, and on this channel we discuss business and personal finance in Germany. Let's start with the question, do I need a tax software at all? Using tax softwares or web app is absolutely not a must. There is a free software that the tax office provides directly, which is called Elster. You can submit your tax return yourself via Elster, but it is not the most user-friendly software, and it is purely in German, so it makes life even more difficult for many. There are other solutions on the market that guide you by an interview process through the whole tax return process, and this data collection is finally submitted for you at Elster. These web apps or softwares make the user interface more friendly and include helpful tips and examples, which is not the case with Elster. Additionally, the tax return softwares adjust to your personal life situations and provide tips on various places where you could save on taxes. For example, did you consider deducting part of your mobile phone bill or the additional cost of your rented home? These are typical tips that the softwares or web apps can give you. It then guides you through compiling the relevant data and submitting it to Elster and the tax office. If you haven't filed for the past few years, it's not too late in many cases. If you're already working on your taxes, it may be worthwhile to purchase a software package and file your taxes for several years at the same time to probably receive a significantly higher refund. In this video, I compare 5 softwares with each other. There are many more on the market, such as a tax software directly from Aldi like this one, and many more. However, these 5 are probably the most commonly used tax softwares in the expat community. An important thing to consider is that the prices, conditions, and the functionalities of these softwares can change in the future. That is why I have also made an extensive comparison guide on my website, which you can find linked below in the description. I will keep it updated so you do not miss out on any new features and discounts. The first thing is exactly how do these tax return programs differ? Not every software or web app is suitable for every case. For example, some programs enable tax returns for self-employed persons, while others do not have this option, but are designed to be particularly simple and user-friendly. If you have income from self-employment, this is only where a few of the solutions can handle your case. If you have invested in cryptocurrencies and have earned capital gains that you would like to pay taxes on, this can also be a distinguishing factor among the tax softwares, which we will look in detail in a moment. Let's now take a look at this tax software comparison on my website together. Let's start with the most common thing, and that is the cost. Due to inflation, the prices of these tax softwares have increased. For example, Wundertax was 34.99 euros last year, and this year its price has increased to 39.99 euros. So I don't think you can get anything lower than 35 euros for a tax software that is available in English language. If you want to file a joint submission along with your spouse, the prices for Taxfix and Wundertax almost double, while the other 3 options remain at the same price. Next, we have the number of submissions per year. In this option, Smartsteuer allows you to submit 5 tax returns per year, while Wundertax, Taxfix and Steuergo only allow 1 tax return in the same price. These 5 tax returns per year with Smartsteuer are for a single year, meaning that you cannot file tax return for the previous year, only the year that you are buying it for. This tax option can be helpful if you want to join up with friends and family to buy Smartsteuer for a specific year. For example, if 5 student friends pool up the funds, they can essentially submit a tax return for 8 euros per person. Here you need to be careful, as the person buying the software would have the access to the data that you submit to the tax office. If you're getting value from this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. Next feature is the platform. 4 out of the 5 tax softwares are web-based, with just Steuertips being a regular desktop software which needs to be installed on your PC. Taxfix, Wundertax and Steuergo also have apps that you can install on your phone to submit your tax return in Germany. Smartsteuer doesn't have a mobile app and is only available on the web. All of the softwares can be used without a certificate from Elster, so you do not need to register with Elster to file your German tax return. Also, if you have used any of these web apps in the previous year, you can import your data without any issue. Next feature in our comparison for the best tax return software in Germany is the electronic data retrieval. With this feature, the tax program requests your data from the tax office and enters it in your tax return. Only Taxfix and Smartsteuer have this function in our list of tax return softwares. When it comes to adding income from investments, all the tax softwares have some sort of support, but Taxfix doesn't support income from many investment types. Handling of crypto is available in Taxfix. It's also available in Smartsteuer, Steurgo and Wundertax, but not in Steuertips. An important distinguishing factor is the usability and interview process. Some softwares have a user-friendly interface and help you to complete your tax return in small, easy to follow steps, while others do not have this option. Another useful function is the tax assessment check, which checks when you receive your tax assessment whether the data is the same as the data you submitted. This is a small cross-check that can be helpful, especially if you later want to appeal against your tax assessment. If you're earning an income from self-employment activities, then you can use Smartsteuer, Steurgo, Wundertax and Steuertips, but this feature isn't available in Taxfix. I have personally used Wundertax in the past to submit my tax return for income from this YouTube channel, but this year I will be using Smartsteuer. A feature that is often underestimated in terms of functionality is the search function, because in the tax jungle, it often happens that you're looking for specific keywords such as mobile phone bill, and then you don't know exactly in which field to enter the information. Here, the search function can really help to bring you directly to the right place. This feature is not available in Wundertax and Taxfix.
Each of these platforms has its strengths and weaknesses. I have discussed each of the tax return software in detail in my article, so make sure to check it out.
So which tax return software is the best to file a tax return in Germany? In comparison, all the softwares that have been included here are very good softwares, so you can't really go wrong with any of them. If you have already decided on a software and are used to the user interface, then stick with it. If you are new to it, then you can definitely take a look at Smartsteuer if you want a simple and easy to use option. You can also join with your friends in paying for the software license and essentially divide the cost by 5. In this video, I share the step-by-step process of how to file a tax return using the tax return softwares mentioned in this video. So thanks for watching, bleib gesund, and I'll see you in this video.